Good day everyone, I am Asim Rajshrestha, MPH second semester. Today I am going to give my short presentation on my topic Uniting for Climate Change, Building a Sustainable Future Together. One of the most important global challenges we are facing currently is climate change. The effects of climate change are felt all around the world, from extreme weather events to rising sea levels and disappearing habitats. According to United Nations Sustainable Development Goal (SDG 13), climate action is our urgent call to take action to combat climate change and its impact. My subheading, Small Changes, Lasting Impact, highlights the power of individual actions in building a sustainable future. The goal of my flyer, which I have presented on my last slide, was to raise awareness and motivate individuals to act against the pressing issue of climate change to reduce carbon footprint and protect our planet. After reading my flyer, the readers will be able to list at least two eco-friendly transportation options they can use to reduce their carbon footprint within the next month. Identify at least three negative impacts of climate change on the environment within the next week, and explain why small actions such as reducing, reusing, and recycling can have a big impact when combating climate change within the next 2 weeks. The Paris Agreement is important in the context of Sustainable Development Goal 13 and the fight against climate change because it represents a global effort to limit the rise of global temperature and reduce greenhouse emissions. It recognizes the urgent need for action to address the impact of climate change and aims to keep global temperature well below 2 degrees centigrade above pre-industrial levels with an aim to limit its increase to 1.5 degrees centigrade. Both my flyer and presentation correlates to Paris Agreement and Sustainable Development Goal 13 because they both emphasize the need for individual action to address the pressing issue of climate change, such as reducing carbon footprints and protecting our planet. The goal of SDG 13 is to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. By raising awareness and motivating individuals to take action, we all are contributing to the global effort to combat climate change and achieve the target set out in SDG 13. SDG number 13, Climate Action, calls for swift action to mitigate the effects of climate change. For sustainable growth to occur and a brighter future for everybody, this issue must be resolved. This was the flyer which I am going to discuss in brief. Bright colors and big letters in the title was used to grab the reader's attention. Clear and uncomplicated language was used to help the readers grab the message of the flyer easily. The flyer's green background was to unify the visual style and promote the theme of environmental concern. The reference to 3 Rs, that is reduce, reuse, and recycle, was to provide the message reducing our waste and carbon footprint can have a significant impact in reducing greenhouse gas emissions. The use of eco-friendly transportation and the planet Earth with the word vote was to emphasize the idea that individual action can have a great impact and that people can use their voices and vote to support environmental policies. Overall, the main theme of my flyer is that climate change is affecting our planet and we all have a responsibility to take action to protect it. Homer Simpson has already understood my message of the flyer and has begun to act. When are you going to act? Remember, small actions can have a big impact when it comes to combating climate change. So let's all work together to build a sustainable future. These are all my references. Thank you.